Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Shika, your conscious mentor, and today I will be going over the top things that you need to know about this September Virgo new moon on September 7th, 2021. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe, as well as put notification bells. I do these new moon and full moon energy updates every month, and I also do live meditation energy healings. And I know last one I didn't do it because I was away. I actually just got back from just completely being disconnected and off grid for about 5 days. So I feel so refreshed. I feel so relaxed. Sorry if you can hear the siren. Just feeling so amazing and so prepared. So come join me September 7th back here for a live meditation energy healing. I'm going to share the link down below for you guys so you can put the reminder on, and I cannot wait. I will also be pulling out cards, just a heads up, because I don't know if I mentioned that already. I always pull out cards if you're new here while I'm channeling what you need to know about this September Virgo new moon. It's gonna be an energy, okay? And today's subscriber of the day is Ramona. Thank you so much for being part of this family. I am so grateful for every single one of your shares, everything that you guys share. It is so amazing. I also want to just do a quick little mention that my mentoring program is still open. If you want to go deep into understanding the shadow and to heal into the depths of your being through various modalities, and you feel connected to my spirit, to my work, then the application's down below. You know what to do. You can apply down there. Let's get into some energy updates of this September new moon. Okay guys, so bear with me because it is a humid, I'm filming this on like the 20-something, 24th, 25th. What day is it anyways? 25th. And it is a heat wave still. So we're still in the summer energy. I got all the vibes though. We're still giving summer, fall. Got my bouquet of flowers for this earth energy that we're working with. And then I just smudged as well. Okay, so what you need to know about this new moon. You're like, Shika, just tell me. So this September new moon in Virgo is all about this tense, uprooting energy. It's about, hey, let's get you a little bit uncomfortable and throw a few curveballs. Yes, this is the energy. And if you're not ready for it, well, put in your seatbelt because Spirit's about to share with it. I will be channeling messages and I probably won't remember, so I'm just going to say this right now. So tune in, guys, tune in. So the first thing you need to know is it is time to set personal intentions for you and your well-being. Now, we know that the new moon is all about personal intentions, holding space for yourself. But even more specifically, I find a lot of us, our intentions go outside of our being, outside of our body. So I really want you to look at what are some personal energetic intentions that you have for this Virgo September new moon, and how will that shift you energetically. So we're talking about cleaning out the house, that channel through so deeply. Do it. Like, some of you guys are not doing it. You've been saying it for weeks. I know that feeling. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna switch out my summer clothes. I'm gonna do this. It's like, we need a date and we need to start getting the work done. Spirit is just saying that there's a lot of procrastination going on, and yet you hold this space with Virgo where you're like trying to perfect everything that's not going right. But we need to understand that in order for us to receive new intentions and you beginning and to end this year strongly, especially with what's going on collectively in the energy, we need to release energy that no longer serves us. So this means physical. This means like materialistic. That means the clothes that don't fit you, and you know what? You just have to let go and grieve that. That means, you know, the books of journals that no longer serve you. That means like the things that you have of your ex's stuff. Yes, if you're holding that energy, you are not going to be able to manifest a specific person or love in your life in the near future. These things is what allows us to hold space during this Virgo new moon. So it's all about cleansing. It's about decluttering. It's about health. Like, you know, get rid of these unhealthy beings. One of my favorite people that I've been following lately, and I don't know if this, I feel like you guys are my people, so you'll resonate, called Medical Medium. And he talks about healing the body with earth energy, with plant energy. And I can see that this is going to be definitely something that's going to be important for you guys. Like, some of you are only focusing on health, even more so as you go back to the real world, the crazy complex that we live in. So during this September Virgo new moon, and I laugh because it's just like, it's going to get into 0.5. I'm going to save that for at the end for you guys. But all this to say is personal intentions is very important. Really focusing on yourself and your energetic hygiene, energetic energy. You know, like, some of you guys have not been cleansing your being with just the people at work and the people that you surround yourself with at home. So let's see what Spirit has for cards as far as personal intentions, okay? So let's see, personal intention, Spirit. We need you to come through. A lot of cards. I was like, Spirit's like, you want cards, Chica? I'm gonna give you cards. Okay, so we have about 7 cards, and it's funny because, do we have 7 cards? Oh my gosh, yeah, we have 7 cards. And what date is the new moon in September? On September 7th. So this is really aligning. So the first card that flew out is all this glitter. And maybe some of you guys have seen this card before me pull it out in other times, but where this card holds energy a little bit different is saying that in order for us to receive the abundance we want in our life, we need to release it. You know, you can't be saying that I'm manifesting the dream life that I want. And if you guys want to check out my video on how to manifest your dream life, I talk about that from a raw, authentic space, and I think it's going to help a lot of you guys out. And this is what this Virgo new moon is all about. So it's all about, in order for you to receive that glitter, that aspect, that abundance, that luxury that you have been wanting, and just being tired of being in this uncomfortable space that doesn't energetically serve you, you need to release the low vibrational clutter in order for you to get that glitter, if that makes sense. The never ending story connects with this. So it's just saying, you know, stop allowing yourself to say, oh, I've been struggling, like all these bad things have been happening, like woe is me. And I'm going to go into this more in the next point, but this is just kind of Spirit saying, hey, Shika, like pull this for the next card for them. Being here and now. So I find a lot of our personal intentions, sometimes we go outside of ourselves. So really understanding, not dwelling on the past, worrying about the future, being in the now. Spirit just said, I don't even know what I said, but write that down. Dwelling on the past, not being in the future, being in the now, being in the present, something along those lines. But that was fully channeled through. I think a lot of you are worrying a lot about like, what's the future in a relationship parts of, are we going to get married? Are we going to do this? Like, is the person commitment? All this stuff. Stop worrying about it and just be in the essence of unconditional love and follow your intuition. That will wholly, fully supply you into that heart and that energy right there. Also, don't allow yourself, in this card, it's talking about the past. So this connects with the never ending story as a clarification card. So what this is saying, that we need to stop focusing on the never ending story, that woe is me, and that I am my traumas, I am my pain, I am my emotions, I am my past, right? You know, this is not a space where we're just basically putting ourselves in a prison of our traumas. Virgo is telling us that, hey, we are all imperfect. And during this new moon, we just need to say, hey, let's try to take a step forward to a better energy. Today's not great, but tomorrow will be better. Start using that mantra. Today is a sad day. It is an angry day. It is an emotional day. And I am giving myself full experience to express. And this really connects with the mother wound, which is really interesting because this has been channeling a lot recently through me personally. And I think it will resonate with a lot of you guys, is like releasing this like need of like I need to let go. I need to release this. Okay. Now, the next thing that you need to know about this September new moon on September 7th, 2021 is balancing these, you know, how do I say this in a very nice holding space? Stop blaming people for your wounds and triggers for you to be safe in your emotions. And I'm just going to say this. Some of us during this new moon, during the September energy, are looking for people and things to blame, including our past, including people who trigger us. And sometimes we have to understand that these triggers are actually allowing us to know that we are being triggered, and we need to understand, where are our boundaries not being respected here? Have we created boundaries, or are we allowing ourselves to be walked on by other people? And this is where this card that came out that I saved for this point, that comes through, the Observer. Okay, and this is Fox energy. Quiet in the background, observing there. Like, allow yourself to observe during this new moon what is being triggered, and use that to create new intentions for your personal energetic hygiene, which I mentioned in point 1. So it's all about understanding how to hold that. And I love this because this card has the crescent moon. And the crescent moon, that series, I haven't done a video on this. I will do a video, I promise. I've been sharing this a lot. But in short, the crescent moon is a representation of the point where we start to see the intentions we created in any new moon and how they're being manifested till the next season, which is the full moon. So usually by the crescent new moon, we're getting, it's a great time to manifest, it's a great time to script, but it's also a great time to be like, I feel clean. It's that feeling you get when you come home, you clean the whole house, everything's squeaky clean. You're like, oh, I just feel so good right now. I feel so relieved. I feel so refreshed. And that's what this September is all about. It's like this nice, like changing of seasons. If we look at nature, it's changing of seasons, changing of periods, changing of uncertain times, which is coming up for me here. So this card here, regeneration, is called the rebirthing card. So in the next 2 months, be prepared, soul family, to rebirth. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, you can. Be prepared to rebirth. There is this fire igniting element coming in after you've shifted, after you've listened to Chica, and you cleansed and you created those personal intentions, that at this point, some of you guys are going to be like, I'm done with blaming people. I'm done with this negative energy, and like, bye. And others of you, like you Leos out there, Geminis that comes up, you know, even some Sagittariuses, I feel like some of you guys are going to be triggered and you're going to be like, oh, what? Like, I'm not, like, you want to fight me? Do you want to fight me? So it's like this fiery energy that comes in, any fire element. I feel like at this time, you might be prone to react from the triggers. But again, come back to yourself and ask yourself and observe, what is being triggered here? How has it affected me? And how can I allow myself to release and fully honor my emotions in meditation and shamanic shaking and so many other things? Really face your emotions here. This is what it's all about during this Virgo new moon. It's like about take away the ego. Some of you guys are ego honed. Again, I'm just speaking from spirit. I'm speaking with love. Ego is coming up a lot for a lot of you guys. Like, we need to be in check with our ego. And during the time of, you know, the Virgo new moon, people are blaming us. So our ego just gets fired up and we have to ask ourselves, okay, what is the message in the bottle of this trigger? What is the message that spirit is trying to tell me about the never-ending wounds that keep coming up every season around this time? There's always a theme coming up. There's a reason. We are relearning and reshifting a different lesson here. And in this time, as you know, you've walked this lifetime, right? You know that in certain times of the year, your body wants to harvest things, wants to manifest, and wants to release. And for a lot of you guys, you are releasing in humility right now. And it's getting messages from you're getting channeled, you know, how the people that are triggering you right now are helping you rebirth, are preparing you to rebirth in 2 months. Yes, November is going to be that Scorpio season. Everything that's coming out is just, it's priming it, it's seasoning it up for you here, okay? So deep. The third thing that you need to know about this Virgo September full moon is that shadow work prompt. Get your pen and paper, this channel through. Perfectionism is non-existent. Stop chasing it. You guys are still chasing perfectionism. As we know, any Virgos, let me know down below with the Virgo point. But I just want to say that, like, some of you guys are really just chasing that perfectionism and it's not helping you. It truly isn't. And it's actually, as Spirit says here, it is creating some chaos for you guys. It is creating some conflict in your intimate and personal and business relationships because you are striving and asking people for things that you yourself have not strived, or you are striving too hard that you are burning yourself out. So here it's all about, again, personal hygiene, energetic hygiene. The more that you ignore all these things and just focus on the glitter, the glam without releasing it and coming back to yourself, the more that you will fall off into this chaotic space where you're like, Chica, I don't even know where to start. And again, if you are at that point where you need some support, you need some grounding, apply to my conscious mentoring program. It's down below. If you feel called, you're ready to do that work, because the ego helps us. It truly does. But when we allow ourselves to strive with our ego before our heart, that's when things can get dangerous, because then we can find ourselves being powered by our wounds, being powered by perfectionism, being powered by this empty void that is within our heart. And that is what does not ground us as a being. So during this Virgo moon, I really want you to ask yourself, how does perfectionism play a role in your life? in your work life, in your relationships, in the way that you dress, in the way that you eat food, your relationship with food. And again, like, I am holding space for you. I'm truly coming home, and I'm celebrating you for taking this shadow work prompt I've channeled for you and working on this, because again, a lot of people aren't doing this video. They're not watching this video. They're not doing the work. You are choosing to do the work. And part of the doing the work is fully embodying the textures of emotions of perfectionism and coming into humility and saying, hey, I'm a perfectionist about my body. I'm a perfectionist about my work. I overwork because I'm scared I'm not having money, right? That I need to keep working, and working hard from what my parents taught me is equivalent to being successful in this world, in this dimension. Sometimes our limiting beliefs are within the ones that we first started with by the people that we look up to the most. And sometimes we need to go to those spaces and ask ourselves, stop blaming other people when we can choose to release those beliefs that no longer serves us. It's always a choice, loves. It's always a choice. And I feel like Spirit is really sharing that. I want to pull out some moon cards because that's coming out for me. I feel like I need to put these cards away. Let's do some moon cards. So the card I got for you guys is the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Okay? So what this is telling me just off the bat, without even looking at what this card is holding space, is, as we know, Geminis have two sides. We all have different sides of our being, right? And when we look at perfectionism, we need to look at how that element, that energy, that word of chasing into that void, how it is actually a blessing, because it's allowing us to declutter. Remember that first point, to create some personal hygiene, to release some connections to the materialistic world and things that we have in our home, in our space, that we didn't know would be so hard to let go, and understanding what that means to us, and allowing us to be fully in reverence with what emotions come up as we clean and we cleanse this old energy out of our house, out of our space. And before I continue, I'm going to read this one because this one's a good one. Gemini, full moon. Is it full moon? Yeah, full moon in Gemini. And one thing to keep in mind too, ask yourself, guys, and put a note in your book, full moon in Gemini, to ask yourself if any of the themes I'm sharing right now comes back, and watch this video again. Like, make a note in your book for this. So when we have full moon, why isn't Gemini? Okay, full moon in Gemini is saying, don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you, have you be noticed. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Perfectionism, like denial comes in a lot. You need to laugh at the situation and move on. Job applications are good for prospects. So this is a great time, again, when we create more personal hygiene. A lot of you guys are going to end up finding jobs, finding opportunities for you. And some of you guys are going to end up having more stability. I'm feeling like root chakra. I'm feeling like, you know, emotional stability, mental stability, physical stability, career stability. That's coming in a lot. When we can be more authentic to ourselves and just say like, I got it wrong. I'm wrong. Sorry. Like if someone says like, hey, you do this, blah, 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 blah. Like, just own up to it. There's no reason to lie, right? Don't let the ego come and step in and lie for you for what you need to hone into. It's not worth it, okay? I know perfectionism can be great because you can always rely on a Virgo to get straight and to do things right, but sometimes that creates this craziness inside of us that we have to keep on working harder and harder and harder. Okay, so look at the perspectives here when you are being triggered. Okay, so the fifth thing that you need to know about this September Virgo new moon on September 7th, 2021 is that dark feminine energy is coming in high. As you guys know, I am a shadow worker, but I've been seeing it more and more that people are either choosing to be led by their ego, like I mentioned, or led into full authentic honesty, vulnerability, ugly cry, ugly angry, like just releasing that into their sacred space. So this looks like something like screaming into the pillow, like letting that out, giving yourself permission. And I want to come back to what I mentioned about the mother wound. That was something I mentioned number one with energetic hygiene and personal intention. The mother wound is something that a lot of people don't know, and I'm going to do a video on this, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed. It is the parts of women and beings and, you know, energetic women in this world, or the feminine divine. I'm going to put that out there. But the mom that raised you into this world, you know, we have looking good, getting our body back when we have a baby, you know, like there's so much pressure in women's society on a physical, mental, like energetic realm, as we've seen it historically. And what we're seeing in the collective is like, this is enough. We are done with this perfectionism, which comes up, right? So a lot of this time, you might even notice that women in your life, or just, you know, that divine energy of beings that are in your life are going to be more triggered in that space. And I just want you to know that you are not responsible for your mother's wounds. And I'm going to say this to every single person here who watches my videos and knows that I'm all about ancestral healing. That's what I do in clearings. And sometimes our intention to do this work is to heal our whole family and to heal them, but we need to heal ourselves first. And what I'm trying to say is the dark feminine in the Virgo new moon is calling us to step away from the perfectionism and say, hey, I'm just going to own my ish. I'm going to own it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to step away from it. I'm going to fully honor in that space. And it hurts me so much that please don't suppress your expression of voice. Like, that is your power. A lot of creatives that watch my videos, that is your power. If you're a singer, if you speak, if you do videos on channel, like if you are meant to voice, to say a voice, to do poetry, like something that comes from speech, this is where the mother wound will be heightened the most during this Virgo new moon. So listen to that and say, what does my body need? Ask your body, how does my body need to be nurtured? And some ways that you can tell if you have a mother wound is you have the abandonment, or you feel this sense of like needing to grow up quickly. There's so many things. I'm just saying like a couple here, but it's essentially when the mother puts the onus on the child for the opportunities they didn't have, or to use them as the way of nurturing or manipulation, or any of those. That is called a mother wound. And in order for us to honor and have intention, energetic hygiene is so important. So the dark feminine, to help you move through this, you know, listening to Kali energy. There's a lot of Kali music here. She's the goddess of destruction. So she will help you embody her to your wild being, your wild divine feminine energy, to release the anger and to shake it out of the body, to allow yourself to just really release, to pillow scream, like I mentioned, listening to Kali and shaking and just breathing, taking deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is going to help you so much the whole week of the new moon, 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after, just fully releasing it. And even if the new moon's gone and you're still learning throughout the whole month of September, use this technique. I'm serious. Please use this technique. Another great thing is cardio. Like I said, health is very important, but what cardio does is it releases any sadness, any grief, any depression, any like feeling of like self-sabotage and like, you know, being hard on yourself, and it releases it, and it allows us to have these endorphins of high vibrational being, which will help you release through this feeling of perfectionism that comes through. Let's see if there's any other cards that are coming up. So we have to the sea, and I just want to share this water energy, water sign. This is calling for you to come. Spirit ocean is saying, come, my child. I'm literally channeling right now. Come, my child, like I need to cleanse you. I will heal you. I will take care of you. I will honor you in the way that you need to be loved into reverence of yourself. It is bringing you an understanding that you do not know the direction and destination in this space, in this lifetime, but all you can do is fully trust. And some of us are a little bit afraid of the unseen. So during the Virgo, you know, new moon, it's all about how do we step away from fearing our shadow, fearing the unseen, fearing of the unknown times, which goes into my next point of what you need to know about this Virgo new moon. My final point is working to change within the collective as a collective being through our divine feminine, our dark divine feminine. And what that means is we are at a time, and I'm so grateful that you're watching this video, honestly. We are at a time that we need light workers more than ever. We need healers more than ever. We need people to step into love. We need to not have a divide, but more important, have love. And what this Virgo, and I'm gonna say this very stringently, during this Virgo new moon, we are being called to step into our heart and not ego. The moment we step into ego, separation happens in our own collective circles, but as well as our consciousness. You are connected to many million people. So know that when you shift your energy, you are shifting millions of people's energy. Okay? We are shifting millions of people's energy. So this is all about changing the collective, changing the being through our being. Look at your personal intentions as ways of how am I going to manage my energy moving forward in order for me to hold space and to be a better mother, to be a better person, a better dad, a better coworker, a better business owner, a better healer, a better space holder, a better just being in general. This is what it's calling you to do. It's to fully embody the chaosness and the conflict that comes through your way as a blessing for you to observe and to fully come into reverence of what your soul has been longing for generations to come. To allow yourself to see what the messages your guides and your ancestors have for you, to make sure that you are fully being held and protected during this Virgo new moon, because they will be close and they will let you know as well. So I really love this healing, what's coming through. I'm gonna finally end with my angels, ancestors on that note, because I felt like that was such a divine message for you guys. So let's see what we have for my shamanic deck. I love this card. Retreat and recharge. I don't even need to explain this. The Hermit card. This month in the new moon is all about saying no more than saying yes. It's about asking yourself, do I need to do all the social things, or can I just slow down and not feel FOMO? Can I meditate and come into my divine dark feminine and fully embody the Kali goddess energy, the Sekhmet energy, come into that space and be like, hey, I'm going to go into the unseen. I am going to go into my deep of my shadow, and I'm not going to be scared to see that version of myself, because I know that even though it is the past, I need to go to that place for me to release it fully, right? It's fully embodying it, not just knowing that those bad things happen. Have you actually released it? And sometimes we need silence, and we need to stop working hard, Virgos. That energy, if you have that in your placement or your chart. Stop working hard to avoid the full picture of what you're meant to do in this world. Okay? So sometimes being a hermit can actually help us go deeper. And sometimes meditating in silence can be much more powerful than being distracted by the music around us. And I see that all the time. So allow yourself to embody the full essence of being and not being distracted or distracting yourself by your ego from the truth. Okay, let's see what affirmations you have to end this beautiful video. I love hanging out with you guys. You're so amazing. So we have 4 cards for you guys. We have forgiveness, discipline, and trust. Okay, so for forgiveness, what's coming up is I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Like I mentioned, September, guys, I don't want to say, because I don't want to be demonetized and like YouTube and whatnot. But you guys will get the point when I say this. The collective will be really challenged by the elites and other beings and spaces for us to separate us in ways that can avoid us to not only get clarity of what our personal intentions is and what we want in life and how we want to manifest our dream being and our dream essence, but also collectively in the world. So really ask yourself that there's so much pain and hatred that might be happening, but remember to always come back to love to help you bring forgiveness. We're all in this together. No matter what opinions you have with what's going on in the world, we're each human beings. So when you see someone else and anger arises, try to find your heart and love to help and guide you through it. It will help you, okay? Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Cleaning is really what it is. It's all about energetic responsibility. So how are you cleaning, allowing yourself to receive that, that energy that you deserve, or are you avoiding it here? So this is all about discipline in our being, and where you're not disciplined, this is where you can hold intentions and have yourself accountable. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Some of you guys are not listening to your inner voice. And again, this is an opportunity more than ever that you need to. Yes, people will trigger you, but don't allow yourself to embody that energy. Instead, ask yourself, what is it teaching me? And bring in love into your heart to allow you to absorb and to also honor the emotions that are being triggered. Bring into reverence here. This is so important. Remember the mother wound. This is trust. Trusting that we can be nurtured and that we can have space for ourselves and that we don't have to be always perfect all the time, because that is so exhausting. Like, honestly, it's exhausting to be perfect all the time. It truly is. We're not. And if you can just flow and just own it, and we can all own it, we would all be so much more happier. Trust me. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video on the top things to know about this Virgo new moon on September 7th, 2021. Let me know in the comment section what resonated, what cards were like, Shika, you are reading my mind. How did you know this? Let me know down below. I will see you guys on September 7th for the live energy healing. It will be linked down below for you guys so you can go. And I am so excited. It's going to be so amazing. I might do a live card reading hangout with you guys because you really enjoyed that coming up. So just stay tuned. You're subscribed. You put notification bells. You will know. But I love you guys so, so much. And I will see you guys in our meditation in the next video. Bye.